Hi and welcome. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Jem and I'm one of the many facilitators here at Collective Being. So in today's 15-minute video, we're going to be exploring some breathing exercises which are going to be aimed towards helping cultivate a sense of restoration, relaxation and ease. The breath can be a very helpful resource to use to help return the body back to its own sense of restorative rhythms and cycles. The breath can also be a very valuable way to help soothe the nervous system, settle the heart, and also open up space for digestion. Now, with this meditation, you're more than welcome to practice this lying down, seated, or standing up, whichever sort of helps support you in this given moment. You're also welcome to have your eyes opened or closed. You're welcome to experiment with a kind of a variety of the above to land at your own practice that best suits you. And also, you're welcome to stop or halt this meditation at any point that it doesn't feel supportive of you in this current moment. Okay, so with our breathing exercises today, we're going to be exploring two techniques which may have a slightly different approach but are arriving at the same point of helping activate the sort of parasympathetic nervous system, which is a part of the nervous system responsible for inviting calm, relaxation, and ease. So the first breath that we're going to explore today is called our shh breath. Now, the name kind of gives it away. With this particular breath, we're going to be focusing on making a sound with the exhalation, the out breath. So to demonstrate how this breath could sound like and work, so I am going to take in a deep inhale. And then as I reach my point to coming into my exhale, I'm going to be making my shhhh sound. Shh. And of course, I can make that sound for as long as I have the capacity to with my exhale. And then as I come to the end of my exhale, taking a moment to pause before starting the cycle again. So inhale, exhale, shh. So now I'm going to have an opportunity to practice this for a few cycles and to kind of get a sense of how this breath might land in our body. And so to begin, I'm going to invite you to come into your preferred shape to do this practice in. You can have your eyes open or closed, whichever best supports you. If your eyes are going to be open, it could be useful to find a focal point in the room to guide your awareness and your attention towards. Okay, and as we're settling into this particular breath technique, I'd like you to take a quick little baseline check of your body to see where you're at right now. This might include feeling into your sense of weight, so as your body comes into contact with the ground or any surfaces you might be touching as well. And here you might be just exploring any sort of sensations that are moving in relation to your weight. Maybe parts of your body feeling heavy, feeling a little bit tense and tight, or they could be feeling a bit light, calm and easeful. Or there could be different parts of your body that sit in between these two categories as well. And once you've got a bit of a sense of how you're feeling with your weight, also draw in your breath and just observing how your breath is feeling today. Is it feeling easeful, smooth, short, long? Is it rough, a bit forced? And then using these points of information from your sense of weight and your breath to kind of get a bit of a sense of how you're feeling in this moment. How could your body be feeling in this moment? And now that we've got a sense of where we are and how we are, we're going to move into practicing our shhhh breath. I will be guiding for 5 cycles, and then I'll be leaving a bit of silence for you to continue on. We'll be aiming for doing 10 cycles of this shhhh breath, or for as long as it feels comfortable for you. I will then bring us out at the end of the 10 cycles, so you don't have to worry about counting too much, and you can just focus on doing the breath. Okay? So getting yourself ready and prepared to do this breathing exercise. I invite you to take in a deep inhale and just letting out a big sigh and exhale. And then drawing in another inhale. And then with your exhale, inhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And as you're coming towards the end of your 10 cycles, slowly bringing your awareness back to your body, to your sense of weight and your sense of breath. And just taking a few moments to notice if anything's changed or shifted after doing this breath exercise, the shh breath. Has anything moved? Do things feel a bit different or changed? Or maybe it's the same, and that's perfectly fine as well. So this is one technique you can use to help cultivate a sense of calm and restoration in your body. Our second exercise or technique is called our counting breath. And again, it gives pretty much a lot away at the start in its title. We're going to be counting our breath. This can become particularly really important because sometimes in our day-to-day, when we're in our working environments or other working environments, we can take on a breathing pattern which is related to the sympathetic nervous system, which is our kind of more doing nervous system. And this breath can be characterized by having a long inhale and a shorter exhale, and can be responsible for bringing a little bit of stress and anxiety into our bodies. And so what we're aiming to do here with our counting breath is to kind of even out the breath a little bit more and to invite that sense of balance and that restoration and that natural cycles that are in our bodies. Because sometimes a lot of that sort of more activating breath can carry long into our days when we're even just trying to relax. So sometimes it's good, it's just a little reminder for our bodies to switch over into that parasympathetic nervous system, that relaxing system. So for this particular breathing exercise that we're going to be doing, I'll be providing a demonstration, and then there'll be room to practice this for 10 cycles, just like we did with the shhhh breath. And so the key points around counting our breath is just making sure both our inhalation or exhalation are even. So we might start with 3 counts, and to practice this breath, I would begin with an inhale, and I'd inhale for 3 counts. So inhale, 1, 2, 3, and then I would exhale for 1, 2, 3. Now, everyone has a different capacity in terms of their breathing, so you're welcome to shorten or lengthen the count to whatever suits you, as long as they're both even on each side. So, for example, you could shrink it down to 2 breaths for your inhale and 2 breaths for your exhale, or you could move it up to 4 or 5 breaths for your inhale and your exhale, depending on how you're feeling in the day and how familiar you get with the practice. There is also another option, which is a bit more when you're much more comfortable with this breathing exercise, and that's when you can start to lengthen the out breath. So this is also another way to sort of remind the body to activate that relaxing system as well. And you can play around with that being as long or as short as you want as well. So as an example would be I'd breathe in for 3 breaths, and I might breathe out for 4 or 5 breaths. Okay? So before we get into the exercise, again, I'm going to invite you to do a baseline check just to see how your body feels in this moment. Feeling to your sense of weight and your breath. Do these sensations still feel the same? Have they settled or changed in any way? And what can they tell you about where you are at right now? And once you have a good sense of how your body's feeling, here I'm going to invite you to take in a deep inhale. And letting out a bit exhalation or a sigh. And then we're going to now start our counting breath. And again, I'll guide the meditation, I'll guide the breathing exercises for the first 5 cycles, and then I'll let you finish off the 10 cycles on your own. All right, to begin, we're starting with our inhalation for 1, 2, 3, and then we're exhaling for 1, 2, 3. Inhale for 1, 2, 3. Exhale for 1, 2, 3. Inhale for 1, 2, 3. Exhale for 1, 2, 3. Inhale for 1, 2, 3. Exhale for 1, 2, 3. Inhale for 1, 2, 3. Exhale for 1, 2, 3. And as you're coming to the end of your 10 cycles of breath, taking a moment just to settle your awareness back over your body, back to your baseline check. Checking in with your sense of weight and your sense of breath. And just looking out for anything that may have changed or shifted from before this breathing exercise. Now you're welcome to open your eyes for those that are closed. And so we've come to the conclusion of our 2 breathing exercises that we've explored. You're welcome to experiment with these to make them as long or as short as you'd like. And also kind of moving between the 2 different types to see which one maybe works best for you. Not all breathing exercises are suited for everyone, and I think it's really important that you explore and find those ones that really work and support you. So yeah, feel free to move between the shhhh breath or the counting breath, and also sprinkling in some sort of baseline check-ins just to see how your mood or your state of being is shifting throughout these exercises. So yeah, thanks for joining me today in our 15 minutes of exploring the breath. And I wish you all the best, and hopefully I'll see you soon.